In this video, I'm recreating Stranger Things Season 1 in LEGO. So let's get started. We begin in the town of Hawkins in a game of D&D with the 4 boys. We got Mike, Lucas, Will, and Dustin. I built the basement room with a wall panel, stairs, this column, and a table with rules for D&D so the boys can try and defeat the Demogorgon.
The Demogorgon!
This may or may not be foreshadowing. Next, after the game, Will Byers rides home. Will is a boy who loves imagination and plays in his fort, Castle Byers. LEGO has a Castle Byers build, but it goes for $200 now, so I made my own and added the Castle Byers name on top. The perfect fort for Will the Wise. Before Will gets home, I built the Byers home, which is an official LEGO set from 2019, so I speed built it with this 5-second montage. When Will rides home on his bike, he mysteriously vanishes. Next enters Eleven, who loves Eggo waffles. She is a test subject at a lab by Dr. Brenner, a serious man of science. His goal is to use 11's psychokinetic power abilities for the government. I built the lab with these whitewashed walls and gave it this tile look with these ingot tiles. Then I added this metal table, the soda can, and some accessories to fill in the room. But 11 escapes from the lab into the night. This is when the 3 boys find 11 in the woods at night. Meanwhile, Barb, Nancy, and Steve are at a friend's pool party and shotgunning drinks. I built this pool with a side ladder design and added drinks off to the side. Barb accidentally injures herself and is left alone at the pool. Jonathan, Will's older brother, is thankfully nearby with a camera and captures the moment where Barb disappears. At the same time, Joyce, Will's mom, is worried and finds a clever way to communicate with Will through Christmas lights and the ABCs drawn on the wall. She also claims that she can hear him on the phone.
Hello there.
She then asks Hopper, the town sheriff, to step in and help find Will. However, Eleven and the boys have their own plan. They disguise Eleven in a yellow wig and a pink dress and head to the school to use her powers to communicate with Will through the radio. I built the school with sand green walls, some filing cabinets, a whiteboard, and these classic school desks that use a cool design to get the desk-chair combo. Around this time, Nancy and Jonathan team up and buy supplies to defeat the Demogorgon and help rescue Will and Barb. They buy all sorts of things, a bear trap, explosives, a hatchet, and a baseball bat with nails in it. Meanwhile, Mike and Dustin get caught by the bullies at the Quarry cliff. Mike is forced to jump, but suddenly he is levitating and Eleven saves him. But now Dr. Brenner and his goons are chasing Eleven and the boys. This is where Eleven reverse ETs them and epically flips the van over their heads. Now I want to give a spoiler warning for the end of the show, just in case someone hasn't seen it. It is definitely worth a watch. At this point, all the kids join up at the school to build a sensory deprivation tank for Eleven to enter the void. They add salt enough for an egg to float on the surface. I started with a gray tiled base. Then I built the tank with 1x3 round plates and then filled it in with trans blue tiles for water. Next, Eleven enters the void. I built the void with all black bricks to make it look as accurate as possible. This is where Eleven sees the Demogorgon and sees Will in the Upside Down. Meanwhile, Hopper and Joyce enter the Hawkins lab, putting on hazmat suits and entering the Upside Down. At the Byers house, Nancy and Jonathan have rigged up the place with booby traps ready to fight. However, Steve also arrives and heroically helps them fight with his bat swinging skills, and then Jonathan lights the Demogorgon on fire. In the Upside Down, Hopper and Joyce search and finally find and rescue Will. At the school, the kids are faced with the Demogorgon as well. Lucas is brave and uses his slingshot to shoot the Demogorgon, but suddenly Eleven enters and forces the Demogorgon to the wall. Eleven then destroys the Demogorgon and disappears with it. I built the hospital room with a hospital bed, a plant in the corner, and a sofa. Finally, the 4 boys are reunited at the hospital with Will as he recovers. The season ends with Hopper putting Eggos in a wooden box in the woods, hopeful that 11 is still out there somewhere. So there you have it, Season 1 in LEGO. Our heroes rescue Will and everything seems fine in Hawkins after all. Or is it? Subscribe and like for more. Also, there is another video here that YouTube thinks you will like. So we'll catch you in the next one.